Welcome to the program. 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 You're listening to the Cruel and Unusual Sit-Down podcast. Pew, pew. I was considered a promising student when I was in college. Just as an example, I once promised to pay back those student loans, and although I never achieved those lofty goals of my turbulent youth, I still often ponder what I did achieve at university, and that is getting a free education. Worth it. So worth it. You can't repossess an education. I got one of those robot roommates, and the problem with it is it's very passive aggressive. It doesn't know how to express its anger. So it's passive aggressive. Puts notes on the refrigerator. I go in there the other day, got a note up there that says, well, if somebody would do the dishes, maybe. Howdy, folks. So, an angel of the Lord appeared to me and said, you will have subscriptions that number the stars in the sky. I didn't know what it meant. But then later on, I started out with Blockbuster streaming. Well, before that, I just had Blockbuster. You go down there, you get a VHS, you watch it, you rewind it, and you take it back. Easy. Nowadays, it's 1 million services or more. You can't count how many subscriptions I have. You have to remember the passwords. That's just one aspect of it. It goes beyond that. It's a lot. I wasn't expecting to be managing a team. So I formed a government around it, around the subscriptions, the subscription government. Yep. One way to handle it, just form a government around it. And I call it the subscription state. It's a nation state that I formed. And so they divided everything up into 3 distinct branches. And this bureaucracy made everything fairly simple. Subscriptions were being taken care of. And for a while, it was working real well. I say for several years, and then a libertarian faction formed, and that's a weakness of government, something like that. A foisted party that is not legitimate comes in, starts making claims. They start saying they want to shrink down the government. They said big government's our problem. Big government's the big getting in the way of everything, regulation and big government. So I said, look, we're just trying to, this is not a real government, guys. This is just for my subscriptions. But they kept saying, well, every government can be manipulated the same way. I said, all right. Well, we have to go with it then. I said, nothing we can do about it. They have the votes. So they said, hey, they're going to eliminate the secretary of passwords. Now, that's when I got right there. That was a fiasco. I said, you can't do that because that's one of the most important positions. I'm not going to be able to remember all those. They said, you know what? The fact is you can store passwords in the browser. I said, yeah, but is it secure? So they said, that's it. If you don't get rid of that, we're going to shut down the government. They kept saying, we don't want big government. I told them, so for a while there, I said, hey, you want to make government smaller? Do this. Hey, you can do your part real easily here. Leave government. You want government to be smaller? Just leave the government. That will bring it down a little bit. That'll bring down the population. Seems like they're saying get rid of everyone but me for some reason. Okay, well, I wouldn't have it. But they said they got the votes and they're going to shut it down. So for a while there, they did. They shut it down. Shut down my subscriptions. The subscription government made a act and everything was shut down. No more. All payments were ceased and I couldn't even get Crackle. So then I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I'm going to YouTube, and even when I was there, they're saying, look, your passwords are lost forever. So I didn't know what to do for a while there. But then I kind of made a power move, and I canceled the subscription government. I put everything on autopay and stuck the unique passwords in the browser. So I set up an autocracy. Ha, ha, ha. I set up an autocracy. Ha, ha, ha. All right, I got to get out of here. Well, you know the old expression. If you eat the sun, don't be surprised if you shit the moon. But if you eat the moon, also don't expect the same thing with the sun, which is where the other expression, where the sun don't shine, originated. It was originally just illustrating that you can eat the sun and shit or crap the moon, but that you cannot eat the moon, turn right around, and expect to just shit the sun. Then there would be two suns, number one, and it don't work that way, number two. Remember, the soul always darkens. If you eat the moon, you might shit an asteroid. But either that or a comet, but that is about as good as it gets. You might eat the earth and possibly shit the moon, but you would get diarrhea due to all the oceans. Don't forget, and farts from all the volcanoes. Remember that. Plus, just stick to eating the sun and being happy shitting the moon, because that is where the Bible means when it said all those things.
The Cruel and Unusual Sit-Down Podcast is brought to you by Matchless Bank, the only bank that lets you decide how much money you have.
Introducing the most revolutionary bank of the century, Matchless Bank. Yes, you heard it right. The only bank that lets you decide how much money you have. We're not here to tell you what your bank balance should be. Nope, not at all. We believe in putting the power back in your hands, quite literally. Tired of those pesky bank statements telling you what you can or can't afford? Say goodbye to the financial boundaries and hello to the freedom of self-determined wealth. With Matchless Bank, you are the master of your financial universe. Want to feel like a billionaire today? Go ahead, why not? Want to live like royalty with just a few bucks in your account? That's your call. But wait, there's more. At Matchless Bank, we don't just stop at letting you decide how much money you have. We offer top-notch services to help you manage whatever figure you choose. From virtual piggy banks to imaginary investment portfolios, we've got it covered. So here's your chance to break free from the shackles of traditional banking. Join the movement and take control of your financial destiny with Matchless Bank. Visit our website, call our hotline, or just imagine yourself with limitless funds, and bingo, we'll be right there, helping you make it a reality. And remember, folks, when it comes to your money, the only limit is your imagination.
Matchless Bank, the only place where you can have an infinity today.
I want to tell you the story about a friend of mine named Bob. So Bob, several years ago, he just fell in love with the Spanish language, Espanol. Like, he wanted to marry the Spanish language, Espanol. So he proposed, and Espanol said sí. So they were married at a very big ceremony. All the languages were there, all the major languages: Portuguese, French, Italian, Latin, Greek. Greek was there. They said everyone looked old. Greek was old. They said, "Can you believe Greek is still here?" You know, and somebody out of the corner goes, "Oh, they're the one that started this whole thing." Ha ha ha. So next thing you know, they're carted off, and they begin a blissful relationship, Bob and Espanol. And Bob has a problem. He, in all of his haste to be married and to have Espanol become his wife, he didn't really learn all of the intricacies of Spanish. So I don't know if you're familiar with Spanish, but if you're not, you have to listen to this. The Spanish language has two ways to express the word you. If you know someone well, then you can use the informal tú. So you'll say, "Mira, es tú." You'll say, "Look, it's you." And if you don't know someone very well, or if it's a stranger, or if you want to show deference towards them, you can use the formal you, which is usted. It's one of my favorites. It's a little extra syllable, it shows that you have some respect, and that it's a good feature of the language. And Bob could not get it right, so he was always referring to his wife, who he should have been saying to, but he was always saying usted instead to her. So one day it just hit her, and she's like, hey, why do you keep calling me usted? It's like you don't even know me. And he just said, that is only because I am still learning about you. Have you heard of this? You go in your refrigerator, you get a lime, a lemon, some mint, some ice water, you pour that in a glass, you muddle it all together, and they just pour that right down in the toilet. This concoction replaces Drano. I was recently caught in a hot mic situation, and I just wanted to discuss it. And first I want to play it. Yeah, I think so. I know it sounds arrogant. I just don't. I think it's kind of an Excalibur situation. No one else can figure it out. Yeah, if they put a Nazi in there, I might just burn all the books. They won't be able to get the knowledge. Only one person could get it. Only one person. This is an Excalibur situation. You don't get it. You don't think it's an Excalibur situation? You're telling me? So you think it's just anyone can get it? It's communism. You're a Marxist. This call is over. So that was a phone call that I had made. The phone call is none of your business. Things got worse because the audio was picked up by the pundit Benny Benson. And let's go to the clip. Do we have the clip? Hey, do we have the clip? Well, where is it? We were supposed to have it ready ahead of time. Okay, you got it?
Okay, now first of all, I have a real problem here. When I hear this clip, the first thing I think is, listen, this person is deranged. This person is deranged.
Once again, Benny Benson takes the opportunity to attack me. But I stand by what I said. And I was not without support. For instance, Niels Bohr. Could we play the clip? All right.
Well, in my opinion, I don't think we should rush to judgment. I've said similar things myself, among me mates. It's fairly common to want to be King Arthur, and I don't think that we should hold it against him.
Hold on just 1 second right now. Just exactly how many colorless, odorless, poisonous gases are there, and who knows how to count them? Okay, listen up, folks. I've had it up to here with these so-called belts. You know what I'm talking about. Those sneaky strips of leather and metal that think they can just waltz around our waists, acting like they own the place. And then, to add insult to injury, I hear this news today. A belt was arrested for holding up a pair of pants on the Lower East Side. It's about the principles. These belts think they're above the law. With their little belt loops and shiny buckles. They've been tightening their grips on us for too long. It's time to take a stand. No more letting belts hold us back, both literally and figuratively. We need to buckle down here and put an end to this madness. Our pants deserve better, darn it. Dang it. So mark my words, folks. The era of belt tyranny ends now. From here on out, we wear our pants in with pride, unencumbered by the tyranny of those waist-wielding culprits. Join me in the fight against belt oppression.
Hey there, folks. Are you a big guy who might just be a wise guy? Well, have we got an opportunity for you? Introducing the Big Guy, Wise Guy Stripper Academy. That's right. We're breaking stereotypes and breaking hearts with our unique program. Now, you might think being big and wise is just for running the streets, but let me tell you, it's also for making bank in your spare time. We're talking about stripping, folks. Big guys, they're sexier than thin guys, and wise guys, well, they got that dangerous allure. Put them together and you've got a recipe for success. So if you're ready to take down your pants and take home some serious cash, sign up for our program today. Learn the art of the tease, the shimmy, and the shake from the best in the business. Big Guy, Wise Guy Stripper Academy, where the only thing bigger than your muscles is your paycheck.
Pew, pew. This has been the Cruel and Unusual Sit-Down Podcast. Coming to you weekdays at 11. Hey YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe.